Whoa, it's dark. Guess it's just gonna have to be dark. So I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear all the nature out here, but I'm hoping so. Butts, sluts, the butts of sluts. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear it. Yeah, you guys can hear it. Cool. You can hear the crickets and the cicadas and the frogs. Paul's ear go. I'm sitting at the place now. Yeah, it's a dark stream because I'm in the backyard of my new place. And it is large, and there's nothing out here but crickets and frogs, bugs. So, yeah, I was just sitting out here. Everybody else kind of running around inside looking at things, and I stepped out back, and I was just like blown away by the just this nature sounds out here. It's just so peaceful. Yeah, you guys are like crickets. Highdeology. Yeah, I guess I could get some light on me if I went back behind me there. That's why you can see my ear, because there's a light back there. Will I sleep out here? Dude, I could. I mean, it's Louisiana, so that's probably not a smart idea. It'd probably just get eaten alive by three different kinds of blood-sucking parasite, but I'm telling you, like, comfort level-wise, I could totally just fucking curl up out here. Like, if we put up, like, there's a... I can't show you guys because it's the middle of the night, but when it's daytime and we're here, I'll do a stream and kind of take you guys on a tour of the property. Um, like there's just all kinds of potential out here, and it's just really calm. And there's two trees over kind of in front of me that I think I could like string up a hammock from. And man, dude, if I can get a hammock going out here, I may just live outside. Yeah, I mean the place that we've been in the last 6 months or so has basically no privacy in the backyard. I mean, your backyard is shared with two other people's backyards, and there's just a little fence so you can see other people. Like out here, we may as well be on the fucking moon in terms of like other people. I mean, there are other people in this area, but I can't see them. I can't hear them. They can't see or hear me. Too fat for a hammock? I don't think so, dude. I think they make hammocks that'll hold me just fine. How cold is it? It's not cold at all right now. It's actually kind of muggy, but that's Louisiana. Smoking weed outside, one of the reasons why you guys wanted to move? No, we could still smoke outside at our other place. Like, there was reasonable enough privacy to roast a door. I mean, like, your neighbors probably smell it where we're at now. You know what I mean? But whatever. Out here, though, we could get a 28 pounds of weed and just burn it in the middle of our backyard. Nobody would know. How's the view? I mean, it's at night. It's very dark out here, as you can tell, but it's not as dark for me as it is for you. I mean, I might be able to flip. Actually, let's see if I flip around my camera, will it pick up anything out here? I don't think so. But my eyes are adjusted well enough to the low light that I can see all the way to the edge of the property. There's a barn in front of me. Are there stars? Yeah, man. Big. Well, I mean, the sky's a little overcast right now, but we got a big patch of sky to look at. There's like a barn. It looks like they used to keep horses maybe over here. It's really old. kind of ramshackle barn area, but also really cool. Just adds a little bit of flavor to the property. You should get around to changing the description of DFF stuff instead of DP stuff. Changing the description. Oh, of this? Yeah. Yeah, I've been meaning to do that. It's not like it would take me too long. It's just it's not first and foremost in my mind, you know. I don't really think about the descriptions of these. Where am I? I'm in the backyard of my new pad, dude. A double wide in the woods. Yep. Who can outsmoke the other, you or TJ? I mean, I think both of us are pretty prodigious smokers. If I had to take a bet on it, I'd guess me, but that's only because I've been smoking longer and I probably smoke more on average than he does. But who knows? He might whoop my ass. I could do it for you and give it to you on Twitter. You just apply it. I mean, if you're, dude, if you want to do that, that's pretty awesome of you. I'd use it for sure. But I hate to ask you to do something so tedious. That's obviously my responsibility. You know what I mean? But I'd definitely use it if you did it. Paul has the experience, but TJ has the passion. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Should you place an upgrade or a downgrade? For me, it's pretty much a straight upgrade. It's not an ideal house for what we're doing. There were houses that we looked at that maybe would have fit our needs a little better, but this one doesn't leave any needs on the table in terms of shooting space or personal space. And this one is definitely the most remote of any of the places that we looked at. There's just nothing out here, which is a total benefit in my mind from the start. You know what I mean? How does TJ feel about the new place? If you know, I think he really likes it as well. I think he feels pretty similarly to the way I feel. Yeah, once we're over here and everything's set up, I'll take you guys on a quick little tour of the property and shit in the daytime, so you can kind of see what we're dealing with out here. Hillabillies. Oh, well, I know Bubbles because it's too dark for Bubbles, man. They're here, you just can't see them. As someone living in the city for the last 5 years, I can definitely see the joy of being in a more quiet and open area, better for stress level. Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty high strung person, so having this kind of tranquility surrounding me at all times is going to be a big boon for me, I think. I mean, I could just walk out here with my wang out, nobody would care. I probably will at some point. Just stroll naked around the property, take a little naked tour. I didn't say hyper, I said high strung. A little bit of a difference. You're mapping the stars to triangulate my position. I mean, you can't even see the stars, homie. I am in a pit of nothingness. I mean, yeah, just the nature sounds out here are just something else again, man. Because we're basically in the middle of absolute nowhere. Whoa, AC just kicked on. Are you in the bayou? I don't think this is a bayou. This is more just like kind of Louisiana wilderness out here. There is, I think, a creek somewhere nearby. Not on the property, but very nearby, that runs through these woods out back here. But um, this is pretty much just the woods. We get a lot of light pollution here. Yeah, I mean we're not far at all from the city. We're about 4 or 5 miles outside of the city proper. So there's going to be some light pollution, and I mean there's some big kind of floodlights out here anyway. But if we killed all those, we'd have pretty reasonable dark out here. Just looking to my right, I can see through the trees a little bit of light from maybe somebody else's property or maybe from the road. Just barely peeking through the trees there. So, how does Louisiana compare to Florida? I didn't really spend enough time in Florida to make a read on it, honestly. The only time I've been to Florida was for our trip to Disney World, and we spent all of that time in hotels and theme parks. So, very little driving around. And even the driving around we did do was all kind of like the touristy areas of Florida. So, I really couldn't make a call. Should masturbate in the woods and come on an acorn so a palm tree will grow and we can all have a big old salty bag of fun. That sounds good. Why is it so dark? Because I'm in the fucking country, man. I'm in the country. How's Louisiana compared to Ohio? I guess I did spend a little more time in Ohio than I did Florida. I was there for, I think, over a month the first time I went and visited the guys. And then went back again for another 2 or 3 weeks. So it's definitely colder there. The Wi-Fi better out here? I hope so. But my LTE seems to be working just fine out here, so I may not even really need it. Do I have a night vision filter on my mobile? I don't think so. I think even if I did, it wouldn't work in concert with the YouTube app, probably. If I had to take a guess, maybe there is a night vision thing. Is there? Haunt. Yeah, you guys can kind of see some stuff there. You can see a little bit of the house behind me. What if I flip the camera? Can you see anything out there? Nope. Nope. Not real helpful, huh? Hey, Paul. Hope you're well. Any tips on how to order Starbucks without annoying the barista? Never. I'm retarded and never been to a Starbucks. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You're going to probably annoy the barista no matter what because you're a customer. Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you this, like one of the secrets is that when they call out the drinks, they call them on the order that they appear on the cup from top to bottom. So if you look at your Starbucks cup, starting with decaf and ending with the actual drink, that's how they call the drink to each other. So if you learn how to order your drink in that order, it'll be appreciated, I guess, by your barista. It's your best experience on acid? That's really hard to quantify because every experience that I've had on acid has been pretty fundamentally different. I mean, I guess there's some lines of parity between them, but for the most part, every trip on acid is its own thing. It is what it decides to be. So comparing them against each other is kind of futile, I think. What's this top chat and live chat thing? I have no idea. It's something new you guys are seeing. Hey, Paul, I've been having a panic attack for about 4 days straight, and I want to kill myself. Hope you're doing well. I'm sorry to hear that, but you should probably go get some meds for that. Sounds like you've got a panic disorder. Have you combined anything with acid yet? I mean, I've done like the less hard drugs in concert with acid. I've drank on acid. I've smoked on acid. I don't know that I would really want to do anything other than that. Any good ideas for a crust punk power violence band name? Spew, dude. Spew. I like that name for a crust punk band. Smoking on acid seems to be the norm. I mean, it's almost kind of pointless, to be honest with you. I have done it, but it's just not something that I go out of my way to do. It's really unnecessary, and it doesn't really add. It doesn't really add much. What did you learn from Harry Potter? How to levitate things with your wand? What did you learn? Paul has finally returned to the shadows. Yes, it's just me, Pazuzu, and the xenomorph here. Where's the lights? There's some lights. Look, there's part of the house. I'm just holding the camera where I can read. Had some really weird trips on shrooms combined with nitrous. Yeah, I've done my fair share of nitrous, and I don't think I'm ever interested in doing nitrous ever again. I've done enough nitrous for 2 or 3 lifetimes. Let's put it that way. Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, this works. Lay on my back. Learn to levitate women with your meat wand. Okay. What's nitrous? Nitrous oxide. It's a giggle gas, I guess. It's the shit that dentists give you when they want to dull you or put you under for a fucking. It's a steady stream of nitrous. But the way that I did nitrous was massive, massive repeated doses. So filling up a balloon, cracking 2 nitrous canisters into a balloon, and then huffing that whole thing down in and out until there's nothing left in the balloon, and then feeling like you're dying for about 16 to 25 seconds. What does it feel like? Like you're dying? I mean, not in an unpleasant way, but you just kind of, your vision blacks out, your brain goes completely haywire. You lose kind of control over your facilities for a few seconds. A lot of people respond by giggling. So, really the only thing you can do is just go, yeah, for about 25 seconds. Why do it? Because it's a head change. I mean, that's why anybody does it, probably. Because it's a pretty strong buzz. It's one of the strongest buzzes at its peak that you can get. But it doesn't last very long. And then you're fine after. I mean, it takes a little while to come down off of. It's not like you're instantly fine, but it really, like, the fall off is quick. So you get real giggly. And then you're like, whoa, okay, all right. And it takes a few seconds to kind of come back into reality, but sounds like you're just blacking out. I mean, it's kind of like that. Having blacked out, it's similar, but there's a lightheadedness and a body high that's completely unlike anything I've ever done. It's just an absolutely insane, overwhelming sensory kind of overload. I know you know this, but it's the result of your brain lacking oxygen and can kill you if you're super unlucky. Weed, acid, and beer. Yeah. Nitrous is a very dangerous drug to play around with, and I wouldn't recommend anybody do it. Me and my friends were very stupid in the way that we did nitrous, and one of us could have gotten unlucky and just croaked. There's always that possibility with nitrous. There's a woman who had her lungs burst from one of the whipped cream canisters. Yeah, I mean, you got to be very careful. Like, I wouldn't do nitrous from a whipped cream canister. Like, you don't want to pressurize the nitrous and fire it down your gullet. The balloon is the way to do nitrous if you're going to do it. You get and not just a normal balloon either, but one of those thicker, like industrial kind of permanent balloons. You get one of those, crack into that. That's how I'd do it anyway. If I was gonna do it, which I'm not. I'm done with nitrous. Had my experimentation phase with that drug. If you tried ketamine, that shit sucks. Special K, dude. Non en non, sträck luftballon. Iden blå sträck den austen, non en non, sträck luftballon. Ever since you mentioned that taking antidepressant made life dull, I realized I've been living in a fog for years. I'm now talking to a psychiatrist to go out getting my dose fixed. Well, yeah, I mean, that is part of the problems with people that have really profound depressive disorders, is that the amount of antidepressant that you have to be on in order for it to register a noticeable change in your life can really hamstring you in other areas. Can you tell us about the rind of Zao Dadong? No. Nope, nope, nope. Do you think weed will be federally legalized? Eventually. I have a feeling that it will be. I don't know that it will be anytime soon. But with the kind of cascade of states that are passing some form of legalization, whether it's straight medical or just straight retail legalization, it's a matter of time. All of these states are starting to see these revenue streams coming in from states that do have legalized marijuana. It's a giant new sin tax. It's a giant new job market. It's going to infuse tons of tourism dollars into your state, tons of, just straight sin tax dollars. So, it's just a matter of time. All these other states are not going to want to leave that extra revenue on the table. They're going to want to tax it and regulate it. Used to be prescribed Xanax and it fucked me up. Yeah, Xanax is a pretty pernicious drug. Have fan meetups been discussed for DFF? Yeah, actually, we were discussing one just the other day. Me, TJ, and Scotty were just kind of having an offhanded conversation about the possibility of doing it. We'd like to do, and I'm not saying that this is going to happen anytime soon, but in the future, we'd like to try and do live shows. That's something we always wanted to try and do with the Drunken Peasants, and it never really materialized. But we would like to do, hangouts that involve, as a part of the hangout, a show with a live audience, where we kind of do an episode of Deep Fat Fried with the people that came, and then afterwards, of course, button everything up and hang out and smoke some weed. I've taken Lexapro for a year now, and I actually feel like the person I should be as fucked. Oh yeah, no, I'm saying it helps a lot of people. Like, there are a lot of people that find a lot of relief in antidepressants. It's not something that I try and warn people away from, but there are definite downsides depending on your dosage. Would you say that this is eventually going to lead to most all drugs being legalized? Also, I changed the description for. Okay, I'll check Twitter. Thank you, my friend. I don't know. Most I really don't see a path from where we're at now to total legalization. Like being able to walk into a store and buy crack or heroin. Like, I just don't really see that being feasible. I think I would support that change, but I don't think I'm all that interested in, or not interested. I don't think I'm all that. I don't have much faith that that's the direction things will go. All right, so I'm gonna take off. I just wanted to let you guys hear the crickets for a few minutes. I will see you later.